the bottom three for long. Sunderland are enjoying life again. They rise out of the bottom three on a hugely important night at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 3, Reading 0.
I felt very lonely. I got to a stage in my life where I didn't want to be here anymore. I don't think there's enough help and support within this particular issue.
Leon McKenzie lived the dream. As a footballer, he scored important goals in front of adoring fans. But behind the superficial glamour lies a story of despair which he wants to tell.
Obviously, I've had my fair share of problems, and one of them is suffering from real serious depression. And I hit rock bottom, and I had to. It took a lot for me to open up and become confident and try and show the world that, well, you know what, as much as it's a dream come true and we get lots of money and everything else, there can be negative sides to it as well.
Those negative sides of football are frequently glossed over. But Gary Speed's suicide last year prompted McKenzie to come forward and shed light on his darker days. This traumatic journey involves bereavement, divorce and jail time, as well as an attempted suicide 3 years ago. A reminder that footballers are prone to the same problems as everyone else. It all began when, as a youngster from South London, he set his sights on turning professional. Leon, the son of British boxing champion Clinton McKenzie, learnt early that the road to the top involved hard work and sacrifice.
Because I was coming from a boxing family, I already knew what it took to work hard. So, from seeing my dad get up at certain times in the morning to go for runs, and that dedication side of it was very important to see. What I took away from that is, okay, I'm going into football. I'm gonna do the same things it takes. So I kind of trained like a boxer, if I'm honest. And what that led me, that gave me more strength mentally to be able to go out and obviously perform. And it just gave me that little edge.
That extra edge certainly helped as McKenzie, a young, promising striker, progressed rapidly through the Crystal Palace youth ranks and into the first team.
A dream come true. If you look at it, I was a kid from Fulton Heath, went to local schools, and then to find myself making a debut at 17 in the first team and playing with some wonderful players at that stage was really overwhelming.
From Palace, McKenzie moved to Peterborough, where his prolific goal scoring was getting him noticed around the country. In 2003, Norwich City came calling. 2 goals against rivals Ipswich Town on debut helped him settle, before further strikes helped fire his new club to the Division 1 title. But Norwich's return to the top flight was proving unsuccessful, despite McKenzie breaching some of the country's finest defences. The Canaries were bottom of the table, with just 3 wins from 31 games, when Manchester United came to Carrow Road in 2005. It was a shock then when Leon McKenzie's cool finish sealed a memorable victory.
McKenzie, 2! This is turning into a day that they will never forget.
Behind closed doors, I was going through a few personal problems, and I was going through a very difficult divorce. And football became my release that particular season. And I just visualised myself scoring a goal in that particular game. I already knew what I was going to do celebration-wise. I wanted to make a statement, not just on my behalf, but to say that it can be done.
But sadly for Norwich, it couldn't be done, and defeat in their final game confirmed relegation. For McKenzie, spells at Coventry and Charlton followed, but a series of injuries kept him away from the game he adored. It affected his mind with almost catastrophic results.
You might score goals and everything else. You know, once you leave that environment, you know, when you close your front door, who's to know what goes on in your life? Unfortunately for me, I lost my sister to suicide at an early age, just as I left Peterborough. Went through a very difficult divorce. And things just kind of caught up with me, I would say, probably injury-wise. And unfortunately, I fell really deeply into depression because I knew that I can't keep carrying on like this. And in doing that, that's what pushed me into, I'd say, a hole, really.
The nadir came whilst at Charlton in 2009. Separated from his family in Northampton and spiralling deeper into despair, Leon tried to end it all with a bottle of sleeping pills in his hotel room in southeast London. Once out of hospital, he carried on training as if nothing had happened. After all, a footballer talking openly about depression wasn't the done thing.
It's not easy.
Now, though, McKenzie talks freely about the mental anguish he endured. He's currently involved with Elite Welfare Management, based in Capesthorne Hall near Manchester, where they offer professional help to current players suffering depression. Leon plays a support role in the counselling and is working towards a psychotherapy qualification.
The main thing is that the future is looking up. Everyone is becoming more aware of the issues that is in football because you see so many more people, you know, so many more footballers sort of coming forward a little bit now. And now it's just about trying to make the point that, OK, now we're really trying to do something about it. And I think that's the key.
Leon's fight back was complicated earlier this year by a prison sentence relating to driving offences committed during his days of depression. But he's recently released a book, My Fight with Life, and is training with the help of his father to start a professional boxing career. He's also released a single, still plays for Corby Town, and having remarried, plays the role of husband and father.
Not a lot of people get back from coming out of prison. Not a lot of people get back from being really seriously depressed. But I'm just trying to change that as well. So to show people, you know, you can fight it when things do go wrong, or even when you're that low, even to the point of me not wanting to be here anymore. It's just letting people know and that, you know, you can, even if you do fail, you can bounce back.
Leon McKenzie is winning his biggest fight and helping football confront one of its darkest enemies.